wife have been married since we were 22. So this year we will celebrate 20 years of being married. So we've been through a little bit of everything because in actuality we've grown up together. And with not having a mother, I think now, my mom died when I was 17, so I've been with Danielle longer than I was with my own mother. So in a lot of ways, you know, we've grown up and it's just different things that's happened over time. And God has shown me how to help her and to be there for her. And it's so funny, one day we were sitting down, and this is maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, but she said to me, you know, my mom never said she was proud of me. And that mattered to her. You know, me on the other end, my dad says he's proud of me. My mom wasn't here, so I kind of lived in the shell of, if nobody says anything to me, that's fine. But after talking to her that day, I figured out that, you know what, everybody wants to know that sometime I'm doing right.
That's right. That's right.
So it's very important as a father and as a leader to make sure that you let those people know, you know what, you're doing a good job, and I am proud of you. Although I have to get on you, although I'm going to get on you about certain things, that the fact that I am proud of what you're doing, or the person that you're maturing to be, is important. And I think as we move into the last chapter with my basketball team, I've had these kids since, I don't know, 4th grade or 5th grade, and I've watched them now grow to be seniors, you know, juniors now, but it seems like I feel like we're already down the road, you know, because we're planning next year now, which will be probably our last year as an AUT. And I watched it, and the reality is, everybody probably won't play in college. That's just the idea, and that's the reality. But the truth of the matter is, I believe that we've given them a foundation from our side of the fence. Our part of the village, we've done our job in trying to build them up and take them where they need to go to the next level. And I look for them all to be successful. We have a great group. The program is huge, so I don't want to slight anybody else. But the kids that I have, that I've dealt with since 4th grade, I got a great group and a great group of parents that are right there. You know, we're not arguing over crazy stuff. Generally, if I have a problem, the parent has a problem. If the parent has a problem, then I have a problem. And we've been able to do that. And I've watched some of these kids. We had some kids that didn't talk when they came. And now you can't shut them up. And that's a good thing, because again, we touch people from all over the place. And I believe that is God's plan for me. I have a girl on my team that lives literally around the corner from my dad and where I grew up. And for her to find her way to Orange Mills is unbelievable to me. But she has a special set of circumstances. Her father passed away. She's with a single mom, and her mom does everything she can for her. Her mom is there for her all the time. And if I can add anything in anybody's life, I want to be able to do that. So in closing, I'm thankful that you gave me the minute and the opportunity just to give my side of the story, I guess, and get a chance to show you how much that being a dad does matter, and being a leader does matter, and that it's open-ended, and then you're always going to be, when you touch people or around people, you should be able to be an example to those people.
That's right.
So thanks again.
Oh, come on, celebrate it, y'all. Yes. We thank you so much. Guess what? That was a powerful word. It was a powerful word because words for living. Thank you, First Lady. Words for living. You may have your seats. We are honored because what we've just been empowered and equipped with is for daily living. He didn't hoop and holler, but guess what? If you arm yourself for what he shared, it will change. It could change your relationship with your children. You know, when I thought about even, I think it was point number 4, was making yourself available. When I started this ministry, and I had said, because at my former church, when the Lord began to deal with me, and I went to the bishop and I told him, I said, there's going to be some changes this year in my attendance. And you got to understand, I've come through Christendom and traditional church that Sunday morning mean what? What does Sunday morning mean? Be right there. Be right there. Whatever time the service starts, be there before it starts. And being a leader, I was an overseer, which means I held responsibility for the ministry and overseeing the different areas of it. So if there's going to be an accountability or an example, that meant I had to be there. But the Lord spoke to me concerning my children. I had prayed for these children. And me and my wife struggled in having children for God to then bless us and bring them into our lives. There was no way as a father I was going to step back and make them second in my life. Amen. So when my daughter Jordan first got into swimming, all of a sudden, you know, these meets that she would have, they would fall through the weekend, and all of a sudden they'd close out on Sundays, and they were like, oh, me and Pastor Free would look at Sunday. It's Sunday, you know. It's Sunday. Sunday. So, and we say, okay, how are we going to schedule make this happen? Because we weren't going to tell Jordan, you can't go. So it began to cause us to now go back in that back room. Those backroom conversations of how we're going to do this. And we began to discuss that as parents and as a father, I have a responsibility for the development of my children and where their passions are. So what began to happen, and Jordan started swimming, and Morgan now had basketball. And what I found out that seemed like the closeout of every game was going to happen on a Sunday. Now, the challenge was, so happily Morgan was on a good team. So this team was going to the championship all the time. And championship games were falling on a Sunday. And so I told the bishop, I said, listen, I made a promise to my daughters that I would be there for them. So this morning I'm going to be late. Or this Sunday I won't be there because my daughter has a game. And you got to know, Bishop Dennis, and that's my spiritual father, he loves children, but he said, son, but don't you know the importance of church? I said, Bishop, I do, but something you've taught me is family comes first. And for family to come first, I said, I need to be there with my daughter. I said, Pastor, but Fredo be there. Okay, but I need you. I said, I promised Morgan I'd be there. So on Sunday mornings, it started. Brother Rome don't even know about this. That's why I was there to be there sometime, because I had already made a commitment to my daughter that I would be at her game. So our lives began to change then. So when we started ministry, before I even gave the commission and say that I'm going to do it, I had to talk to my daughters and say, look at here. I promise you, if you support me and mommy in ministry, we will not let what you are enjoying or what your passions are, we won't make them second. I will be there for you. I said, if you support me, I'm going to be there for you. Now, this is not the foundation of the traditional church, because it's like he said, on Sunday morning, you had to be in church. But I, even in formulating this ministry, I made it clear that when parents that are here have to do something on a Sunday for their children or for their family, I'm not moved by that, because I understand the purpose of it. So my daughters, they said, okay, Dad, if you're going to be there for us, then we agree. So I understand, I celebrate him and even making that stand, even when his dad said, my pulpit is going to be in the gym. And it has made a great impact on his life and other youth of today because of what he does. Our brother Martis is coming right now, and he's just going to share on the behalf of our men's ministry. Our brother Tolan had an obligation on today. He's not here. But our brother Martis is coming, and he's going to share and just speak on the behalf of the men. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. Put your hands together if you can.
Normally I'm at the front door, so y'all just kind kind of give me the 5-second hello and keep it going. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. I think, now I'm not a father. I don't have children of my own. But I think you have to be conscientious not to mistake what this was as a pep talk or a leadership of a man just simply talking about being a pep or a leader of people that are not his own children, because the definition of a father is a man who is taking care of natural child or children. And naturalization doesn't necessarily mean that the children are yours. You know, I didn't hear anywhere in what you said where you treat your children differently than you do the girls that you are in charge of, because they are your children when they're not under the hood or covering of their own house. So in essence, you become their fatherhood. And we thank you. I heard some things in what you said, because I was thinking in terms of where is the spiritual connection in what you're saying? And you said sometimes it's going to be 100% to 0 in terms of the effort of what you're giving, and you can't expect to have reciprocation. And that's what we talk about in that book that we call the Bible, because God said, when I bring salvation, it's going to be all me. There's nothing you can do in order to fix this. And that's what we live under. So I understand the fatherhood element of it. You said when you recognize the potential, you don't give up on them. And that a lot of times happens when we do things, and it may take you 6 months or 5 years or 20 years, but you never actually have that urging from the Holy Spirit to leave you alone. It's always pricking you and testing you. It won't let you just simply rest in being lazy or following what you want to do, because when you recognize the potential, you don't give up. Yeah. You said that being hard-headed doesn't replace accountability. Yeah. I wish it did, man. I wish it did. I was trying to find a way around that, but you're right. You're right. So whether you start off with full head of hair, black beard, or your hard-headedness now has you in the salt and pepper stage, or you are with a cane and you still won't do it. The beautiful thing about God is He is a God of a second chance and another chance. It's up to you how many times you want to go around the mountain. It's up to you. I've learned it. And after a while, when you start seeing people who started off around that mountain with you, and now they're progressing and looking back at you with a inquisitive face like, what happened? And you're still going around. That's that hard-headedness that doesn't replace accountability. And it ties in with you. And being available. The Bible says that He's a present help in the time of trouble. Present. Now, we can love our spouses, our friends, but there are situations where even if you want to help, you can't help. You wouldn't know where to start in terms of helping. And feeling and being effective are two different things. But availability. So thank you in terms of what you're doing and have done as an individual, as a fatherhood. Hood being the covering. Yes. Right. You know, therefore a man will leave his mother and his father and will cleave. But you have to learn first before you can leave, so that you take from that hood and pass it on and bring it into your own covering. So thank you. You know, we look forward to possibly having you back another time, sir. And on behalf of the Men's Fellowship in the absentia of Tolan Zolikoff, who is the head of it, who is here, we thank you for imparting to us today and sharing of your own time. There's plenty of time for barbecues and Rite Aid cologne bottles and ugly ties and all that fun stuff. Y'all never got that Rite Aid cologne bottle? It's like $9. It's huge. Smells strong. It's impactful. Oh man, I remember I gave that to somebody who was like, wow. He was like, thank you, Martis. Yeah. I realized why he had that face when I got older. It's like, man, that canoe bottle was not what I thought it was. But thank you very much, okay?
Thank you, Brother Martis. Thank you so much. Come on, celebrate. Our brother Marcus is representing our men's ministry. And let's give our speaker one more round of applause this morning. Yeah, give it up to him. See, that's the sound on the corner right there. Woo! See, after we have won and after we've seen the success, we go, woo! Because there is now a transform. We feel like a winner. Oh my God, I feel like I went out there and slammed the ball. Yes, I have. I have to come to coach and say, good game. You did it just like I would have. I am so grateful this morning for your impartation that you have shared with us. That will be life-changing because it has spoken to us in such a way that it still has biblical foundation to it. You didn't hoop and holler, but we got the message. Did we get the message? Oh, yeah. Come on, I need you to stand up and celebrate him this morning. Come on, give it up for him. Give it up for him. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much. Before I take my seat and turn this over to Elder Brown, I just want to kind of recognize the fathers a little bit this morning. And I just want, looking around, our senior father, the oldest father that's here, I guess I'm going to start off around the age. I'm kind of looking, so I want to kind of be a little fair. Look, yeah, just let him say what it is. I'm looking for the oldest father this morning. If you're here this morning, I just want you to stand. I just want you to stand. Come on, our oldest father, would you stand? Come on. Come on. Yeah. We're so grateful this morning to have you. Guess what? He's been here a couple times for Father's Day. He's actually become the father of this ministry. Come on, share some words with us. Just a few words. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're familiar with this. You've been around church a long time. Hey, Sean, look at him, y'all. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, you know, when we come out looking our best, you know who want to take the credit? The mother, that's it. Look, you know, I told him put those shoes on. Yeah, don't he look good?
First, I want to give unto my Lord and my Savior who was ahead of my life. I thank God for allowing me to be here today. And I just want to thank God for y'all giving me this opportunity to be here. I've been a father for 54 years.
All right.
Wow. Yes, 54 years. And I thank God for that. It wasn't all through me, but through Heavenly Father. Without him, I wouldn't have been here. And my wife and I, we had our hard times, like you say. Sometimes you know you have good times and bad times. And out of that 54 years, it wasn't all a good time, even with raising the kids. But you know, I thank God that He allowed us, coming up through life, to always be humble enough to talk to our children and brought them up the right way and taught them church and how to treat other people, what it should be. And you know what I did think one thing I like? We taught our kids how to stand on their own. Don't depend on no man. Even if you got married, you still support yourself and let them know that you're able to support yourself and protect yourself. Back in the days, things that might change now, but back in the days they had this thing called welfare, and a lot of women was having kids, and kids getting on welfare, and young children having babies, going out and getting pregnant, and having babies too early. Stop and give yourself a chance to live before you start having babies. Because when you start having babies young, you ruin your life. You know, you got a short back in your life that you say you can't do what you want to do because you have to take care of the other child. You're not but a child yourself. But I always taught my kids to try to stand on their ground, to be a woman and respect themselves and respect their husband, even once they got married, respect one another and stand and do the right thing. But find a job. Don't reach out to somebody that's always giving you. You got a lot of that in the world, and people think that they can't do this, they can't do that. Even a lot of people you see standing on the corner saying they're homeless. They don't have to be homeless. There's plenty of jobs out here for people. But the point is that you go to the job. I know myself, I used to work for a trucking company. I worked for the company for about 30 years. And I had seen people on the corners, and I walk up to them and said, here, I will give you this address, this phone number. Come in Monday morning, and I will give you a job. But you know, a lot of people took their paper and threw it away. They didn't want a job. A lot of people set themselves in the way that they want to be. And believe it or not, a lot of the homeless people out there have plenty of money. They're rich. I know a guy used to stand on the corner and act like he was hurt. hurt or crippled, and once a certain part of the day, he would take that crutch and stuff and put it, had a Cadillac parked around the corner. He was going to get in a big fine Cadillac. Big fine Cadillac. A lot of people use that for a gimmick, and I'm not quite sure you have seen things like that. But I just want to thank God for letting me be a father to my children. I love all my children, even from the grands to the great-grands. I love them all. And even as you said, as a father, you never stop teaching them. I don't care how old they are, what they do. You always sit down and try to encourage them and try to show them, hey, that's not right. The Bible don't say do it that way. You should show love to one another. You're full-blood children. Reach out to one another. Support one another. Don't push one away because this was not as smart as you. This is to get the education that you did. Pull them together and try to love one another. My wife and I have been together for 54 years. 54 years. Isn't that a long time that I put up with her? I'll put my foot in my mouth now. I might have to sleep on the floor tonight. But I love her dearly. I love her very dearly. We can joke with one another. We've been with one another long enough that we know one another. I know she know what I like to eat, she know what I like to eat. So that's life, So you learn one another as you be together. And the thing is, I can say all my children love me. Even if I come down on them, be hard with them. But I ask all my daughters to stand up, please. Annie. Annie, she's the oldest. Diane, she's the second. Sean is the baby girl. I have a son which is not here. And I'm proud of all of them. I love every one of them. They have very beautiful, blessed children. They all have beautiful jobs, and they all love God. I can't ask for no more than that. Ask for no more than that. I thank God for all y'all. I love all y'all. Y'all be blessed. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor.
Yes, thank you. Before you go, I know that you're down from South Carolina.
Yes.
South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, and just as a token for you just being here, you're representing the oldest fathers. You eat at Subway, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. One right on. There you go. On behalf of Open Door, Pastor Free, and myself, we just want you to have lunch on us. Bless you, man. Bless you so much. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Yeah. Well, we can't do nothing with that old wisdom, y'all. We got to let it flow. We just got to pray for him when he get home.